thought I'd hang out here for just a minute and show you what I'm up to. I'm up to, well, I'm not going to tell you my weight because it's up, but I want to show you what I'm doing up on my stitching, catch you up on my stitching, and as per normal for me, I kind of flip-flop back and forth with things. So I'm going to show you kind of where I'm at here with my project. Uh, if you look here, this here was a little piece I was practicing with free motion quilting on my sewing machine, and I had this little piece, and well, then I sprayed it, thinking maybe I want to spray it and do something with that, with spray. And so now it looks like mud. But you know what? I'm not throwing it away because I still will use pieces of this, or I've learned that you can use pieces of things and really make beautiful things out of it. Then I wanted to start another something. And so I took this was a linen napkin. I folded it in half so I'd have some substance to it. And I, on this napkin, then I started layering different pieces. Like there's a piece of muslin here, there's some lace here, this is some lace here, and another piece of lace here, and here's a piece of kind of satin something here that I was just layering. And then I went to the sewing machine, and you can see on the back that I was just, again, playing, trying to figure out, see if I could be in control of the fabric. So I was just going back and forth just to get control of the fabric. And so, and I think that was a good exercise to start learning a little bit about that. It had a colorful thread on there and stuff, and which I love colorful thread. And then then that was all on there, and then I started spraying this too to see just what can happen. Just because see here, I don't have a clue of what I'm doing. All I know is I'm playing, and I am learning as I'm playing. So if I don't want to ever say that I don't like what happened to it, because I'm learning, and I'm learning what can happen if you do this. So then I took pieces of my sprayed felt, like I have just sprayed felt, and so I cut circles out of some, and then I just kind of stitched those circles of felt on. And on those circles of felt, I will end up putting different kind of embroidery stitches on this. This is kind of, there is no even explanation as to what this kind of process is, because there's some machine stitching. You can call it embroidery stitching. You can call it slow stitching. You're piecing. You're doing a little bit of everything with this. And now this one here, I'm going to play with. This one here I started pretty big. And I'm learning a lot on this one. This one here, I'm going to try to keep flat. This one up here is all puckered, but I think the puckering on this one is going to actually turn out to be something that I really like. And so, but this one, as I work on this little piece, it's going to be, I'm going to work on not pulling my stitches too tight. Even around this piece, I went a little bit too tight, and it puckered a little bit. So learning curve there that I have to be careful. This little piece of fabric here was, this is some kind of like dish rags or something. It's kind of, it's real soft. And I was buying some different kind of dish towels to use for my dish rags and dishcloths that I was using for my those things, neck cowls, and And so this was one I ordered. I said, well, that's not going to be big enough. I didn't realize it was going to be that small. So I'm using them for a couple other things because I like it. But I cut a little piece off of this one, and this is what I stitched on here. And then I just went around it with a stitch. And so not sure exactly what I'll do with that after this, but I'll do something. So then on this main piece that I'm working, like yesterday I started going up here with my what I was calling my forest. This is my meadow here, and then this is the start of my forest here, my forest, my trees. And I've only went up a little bit here with a couple of the branches. I've went up a couple branches up here, and again you see how it's becoming very, very puckered, and that is going to be the end result. It's going to be puckered, but in here is going to be, I'm going to go with some more, this is like the main branches, I guess, and then I'm going to go with limbs and twigs from that, and they're going to be couched on here as well. This one here, I just couched it with a matching thread, so you don't really see the couching. This one here, oh, hang on just a minute. Okay, I had to real quickly go powder my nose. Dang water pills. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh, this. On this one now, here, when I was stitching this one on, this branch, I put little seed beads on the couching thread as I went around, and so that's a little, it's a different, little bit of different color, and then with the beads it gives just a little different look, and so I like that. Now, and here I told you yesterday I was going to make my white horses into unicorns, and so I did that one, and then I'm going to do this one. So I'm going to be using my colored sashiko thread. It's multicolors, which I just love this thread. And let me pull this thread out of this one, and I'm going to work on my little unicorn. And so, and to make that horse into a unicorn, she's going to need to have the colorful tail and the colorful mane. And so, and again, we don't have to have particular stitches, any kind of named stitches when we're doing a slow stitch. All we have to do is stitch in the fabric. And so here you can see how she's got like a little bit of a brown mane, and so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cover up that mane with stitches. And again, it doesn't matter the stitches, what stitches you want to use, and you don't even need a named stitch. And I have to say that because I never remember the names of the stitches, so that gives me all kind of permission to do whatever I want to do. And so I'm just going to cover up that, cover up what's brown. I'm going to cover up with the colors. And then I have to make her a little horn, and because she really is a unicorn incognito. So it's been a busy day today. I had both Papa and I had to both go do blood work. Seems like you know, once you age, blood work is like the story of your life. Doctor's offices, blood work, and that kind of thing. So I went and did that. But then we stopped at the grocery store because I need to do some fruit and vegetable shopping. And so Papa and I just really do not go shopping anymore. We don't. It's just since we were out, we said, okay, and we told our daughter that we needed to stop at the Winn-Dixie, that's our grocery store, and get some vegetables. And so here we are. We both got a cart. Each one of us got a cart because we need something to hang on to, you know. And so he had a little cart and I had a big old cart, but we didn't need two carts, and one little cart would have been fine, you know. So we didn't need that much stuff. And we just had so much fun. We had so much fun. I was picking the vegetables and he was picking the junk food. And so, but then we paid together, and and but Papa had picked up some donuts, and when we got to the checkout, the girl says, "Well, those are buy one get one free. You know, you can get another one for free." And well, we didn't know if we wanted to walk all the way back there and get another one for free. So then she says, "I'll tell you what, you just go ahead and pay with this and pay for this one, and then and pay for these, and then before you go out the door, go get another box." And so we did that. I felt like a thief going in there just to the donuts and getting another box and putting it in our cart to go. But we did that. But here we are, both of us then, by that time, both of us hanging on to the same cart because we both didn't bring our canes. We forgot. And so, and we don't walk as fast as we used to walk either. Everything slows down, you know, after you start getting aged. And so we must have looked a sight, both of us hanging on to the handle of the same cart, shuffling, just shuffling out. I mean, we were shuffling off to Buffalo, I'm telling you. But we did our grocery store shopping, and I'm telling you, that takes a lot out of you just to go and pick up $40 worth of groceries. I'm telling you, I'm telling you. But, and then I got home, and well, Papa had to eat right away because his was a fasting blood sugar. Well, I hadn't eaten either, so we both had us something to eat. And then I had to take a nap. I just go right away and take a nap. And but we got our blood work done, so hopefully the results will all be good, but I'm sure they will be. We're pretty healthy for being as old as we are. We're pretty healthy. So I'm just getting this mane put on here. And I want to start another, you know, I like using a lot of color. There's not going to be a lot of color in this particular piece I'm working on. It's going to be mostly muted forest colors, you know, and a little bit of sky and water. But now, as I make another one, this one is kind of themed, I guess, a little bit because I started with this field of horses. And so it is sort of themed where I want to be working on, I want to work on some smaller ones. Like, so I have this one started here, and which is smaller, and and I really should have started this one, a smaller one too, but I'm going to love this one. Some people might think it might be a fail, but I don't think it's going to be a fail. I think it's going to be just beautiful. And because, you know, your beginning ones are your beginning ones. And I'm only 72 years old. I have about 30 more years to live. And by the time I get to that age, I'll probably be a professional. I don't know what a professional what, but I'll be professional, maybe. And so as I'm doing this, I'm not even doing a particular stitch. I'm just getting that thread showing and just covering up and making this horse into a unicorn, because they do say in a field of horses, always be a unicorn. If you can be a unicorn, be a unicorn. And we know we can be unicorns. And so this will have a little bit of color, which will really make it pop. And And I just love this. And this thread I'm using is a Shishiko thread. It's beautiful color. I have it in my favorite things. It's listed in my favorite things, and when you get it, it's in like a big long old hank. And what I have found when I took it apart, the first one I did, I tried to wind it all onto a card, and all I had was a great big knot. But then when I opened the second one, I just cut it. I opened it to its biggest circle there, and then I just cut the end. And then I have all these strips, and which that works out perfect for me because I don't want any longer strips than that pieces when I'm stitching. So that works out perfect. I don't have to have it rolled onto a card of any kind. Although I am going to be rolling some of my things onto cards. Now I have his mane. The mane is finished there. And see, now already you can tell she's turning into a unicorn. So both of those white horses are going to be unicorns. So now I want to work on her tail. So I'm going to get her tail worked on. And I'm doing the same kind of just stitches, just long stitches. But now this one I'm going to make the stitches kind of be going in the same direction as the tail. And then I don't know, I think I got to do some, I really feel like I need to do something domestic, like sweeping and stuff today, but I don't think I will do that. I have pulled my card that I need to make a flag for my next live stream. And what time is it now? Oh, it's already 3:16 according to my Waterbury there. So I don't know if I'm going to get a live stream done today. I might have to wait till tomorrow. Yeah, I think I'll wait till tomorrow and do my live stream tomorrow. And but it's for making a flag. Well, I want to make a flag for oh my God, why can I never remember the name of that country? Right now there's a little unhappiness going between Russia and that other little country. And that kind of thing makes me sad. Makes me sad. I want to make a flag for that little country that I can't even think of the name of it right now. That's what flag I want to make. And they need a prayer flag made. And you know what I think about? I think about the people. Because when you think about any wartime, it's not the people against the people. It's the politicians against the politicians. That's what it is. There is just people like me and you in those countries. They're in them countries, and they're just regular people. They get up in the morning and make breakfast and take care of their children and get husbands off to work, and then maybe they do some stitching, and they're hardworking people. They're just people. And I think about the people that have to deal with what's going on, and they have to be so afraid. I mean, just the regular families with children and grandmas and grandpas and aunts and uncles and neighbors and such, and they're not bad people at all, but they have to deal with all the unhappiness that goes on in the politicians. Whenever there is like a war like this anywhere, it's not the people. It's not the little people. It's politicians against politicians, and they turn it into a whole war. That's just like if there's two families, the Hatfields and the McCoys. Two families. If there's two families and they're not getting along one with the other, then why, if the father of one family is not getting along with the father of the other family, why bring the whole family into it? It's like the same thing, all the same thing. And so this is what's going on now. and I don't know much about the whys and wherefores about this war thing going on, but I don't know them because I don't watch the news. I just see headlines here and there on Facebook or whatnot, and I just hear where it says they're sending troops or whatever. And it's sad as ever, and my thoughts go out to the people, those poor people, and the regular people, the real people, not the politicians. If they want to fight, just put them in a rubber room and let them fight it out, and just let them fight it out. But they don't. They've got to involve all the people, all the children, all the grandmas. It's just unfair to the people. And so I need to make that flag. That's what my flag will be. And it'll be tomorrow before I get to my flag. And I'm going to do a live stream probably around 3 or 4 o'clock. And I'm going to work on a flag, a prayer flag for that country. I can't. What the heck is the name of that country? I can't. Well, anyway, you all know who I'm talking about. I know it's Russia and that little country that I can't think of the name of it. But yeah, and we need to pray for the little people. I mean, we need to pray for everybody. We need to pray even for the politicians, because it's involving, there's troops from our country going over there, from the United States going over there, and so it's involving so many people, and it's just sad. It's just, it's just sad. And so, yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I know they don't care about my opinions, but I don't like it. So we need to pray for those people. We need to pray for the politicians that's over there that's causing all this trouble, because there's no reason for it. There's no reason. And so I guess the politicians thinks there's a reason, but there's no reason. Not in my opinion, anyway. And you know what? All of the upsettedness starts with one word. Somebody said something that somebody else didn't agree with, and doggone it if it just didn't get all blown out of proportion. And now there's that fussing going between the two countries. All that fussing. There's no reason for that. Just sit down and talk about it, talk it over, come to an understanding. But no, they want to be goofballs, and, well, I guess I shouldn't call names, but it's sad, 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 sad thing. Okay, now I think I've got enough here on her tail. Her tail looks beautiful. And then I've got a whole big old piece of thread still on this needle, so wish my needles would come today. Alexa says I have an Amazon package coming sometime today, so maybe that's going to be my needles. I don't know. Because now, see, I've only got just a few needles, that work. So what I need to do is, what I want to be able to do is to have needles threaded, so I can just pull up a needle when I need it, and it, have needles threaded with the colors I used. Okay, so now I have to make her little horn. Now, what I made the last horn out of it was like white, but it had a silver thread through it. Well, it was real hard to do that silver thread. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use yellow. And I'm going to start looking around, I think. Well, no, I'm not. I've got thread. I was going to say I want to look around and see if I can find some of them fancy threads like Ariane uses. She uses all them fancy ones, but no, I don't need fancy. So these will be fine. Okay, now where'd my other little, I'll have to take that blue thread off of this one because I need that smaller needle. And I'm going to use yellow. This one has her silver and white horn, but this one over here is going to have yellow horns because she's a different breed of a unicorn. A different breed of a unicorn. Oh, and I wanted to mention too, Victus, if you're watching, I accidentally, whenever you put in a request to join the Scrap and Lizzie Unicorn group, I accidentally, instead of hitting accept, I hit a decline or something. So then, and I couldn't get it back. So Vigdis, go again into the Scrap and Lizzie group. I left you a message, but I don't know if you got it. Go back into the Scrap and Lizzie Unicorn group and go ahead and resubmit to join the group, and you'll be accepted. That was a big mistake on my part. So, yes. And okay, and then I want to also let everybody know too, if you watched yesterday's live stream, not yesterday's, whenever I did that live stream, Ray and I did it before, and a couple days ago, and we talked about a challenge that's coming up for tags. You make a steampunk tag, and you post it up into the group. Onto the group, and just post a picture of it. You can send it to somebody if you want to, but that's not a requirement. And just post a picture, and then on March 1st, there's going to be a drawing that somebody is going to win the journal that Ray made. And but there was a question. Somebody said, how many times can we enter? Well, you can put up as many images as you want of your tags, because they are inspiration. When there is posts put up with images, you are inspiring other people, which we all need inspiration. But you will only get one ticket in the drawing. I mean, even if you put up 100 tags, you'll get only one ticket in the drawing. You can get 2 tickets in the drawing if you post in the Scrap and Lizzie Unicorn group and the Sunshine Gang, Crafty Sunshine Gang group. There's a link right there on the post. And so if you post in each one of those, you can get 2 chances, 2 drawings, your name in there twice. But we encourage you to post as many images as you can, as you want to, because they're beautiful. And I've already seen, now people are already posting, which is great. People are already posting, and it's going to be a live drawing on March 1st on a live stream that Ray and I will be on together. So here, now I have, just with some stitches, I made her unicorn horn, and I think it looks real good with the yellow. It really pops nicely. So now I have my 2 unicorns. So I put her mane and I put her tail, and she is a unicorn in a field of horses. Isn't she beautiful? This is really going to make this. And so there you can see there's 2 unicorns, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 horses, 2 unicorns, and I think they are just beautiful. So I'm going to be working on more. I did a little spraying on this just so I would have some color peeking through as I get leaves put on and such. I'll have some color peeking through. I just didn't want it just the color of the linen. And here I put that color there, and here I put some more stitches down here, and I'll still end up putting more stitches. I just love doing these. these bullion stitches. I just love them. And that almost looks like a sea creature, doesn't it? Looks like a sea creature. I love that. And let's see, I added some more green up here. There's going to be more stitches going up here. Maybe a branch or two, but then stitches. And here it's going to be branches, but then stitches. So, and that's where we're at now with this. And I love how it's coming along. And it is all puckered. It is puckered. And you can really see on the back where I've pulled all the stitches. I'm just pulling them too tight and it's puckering it. But I can pretend like I did that on purpose. It doesn't matter. But I'm going to practice on this one, though, is what I put on this one. I'm going to be very careful as not to pull stitches too tight. So whatever I put on here, and it's not going to be themed at all, it's just going to be different stitches that I'm going to just be adding. And I'm going to be careful as not to pull it too tight and see if the whole thing will stay flat, even, you know, on the back. And so that's what I'm doing today. And this will be it for today for my taping. And tomorrow I'm going to, I'll, if I do more on this, which I most likely will because I'm addicted, I'll probably update you again on this because this is number 6. I think I'm putting up this one. And, but I'm definitely going to have my live stream tomorrow, and we're going to make a, I'm going to make a prayer flag for the country that I can't think of the name of. Darn it, I can't think of the name of the country. And I know it. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Maybe if I stick my tongue out, you could read it. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and read a postcard from Spirit. Papa, who is that Russia getting all upset with that? I'm trying to think of the name of that country. Can you remember the name of that country?
Yeah, I can see it right here, but I can't quite read it.
Yeah, see, that's me too. I can't think of what it is.
Hold that thought just for a minute.
Okay, we'll hold the thought for a minute. He says he's going to go and search that in his phone. He'll find out all the answers. But I can't think of what it is. Okay, here's 2 cents worth coming from heaven. Our ancestors. Look, I polished my 2 thumbs. These ones are only polished from the last time. I didn't polish these ones. I don't need to polish them ones. Just my thumbs. Yeah, one's longer than the other. Okay. Dearest you. I get my bookmark. We must... Wait a minute, excuse me. Ahem, ahem. We bet you must be so exhausted some days, giving as much as you do, sharing your energy so beautifully in service to the highest good, can leave you feeling depleted, like an empty well. If it feels as if there's no more water for you, the good news is we have a plan. Today, go take a relaxing bath, book a massage, read a novel, buy yourself flowers or plant some in your garden. Make time for your self-care. Not more work on yourself by tending to yourself now. You are reminded to do so more often, and be sure to use a word that might have caused you anxiety in the past but is essential for your well-being now. No. Say it with us. No, thank you. No, I can't. You do not have to explain, just say no, gently but firmly. Then go for a soak. Life will wait for you to bring yourself back to center, replenished and ready for more adventure. We love you so very much. And that's one thing we are so terrible about, is saying no. Sometimes somebody will ask you to do something and you just feel like you gotta do it. Well, you don't have to. Just say no. Here's Papa. Where is
The Ukraine.
the Ukraine? That's it. The Ukraine. He went and figured that out for us. And so, yes, it's Russia and the Ukraine. And I think, you know, I knew a couple that were from the Ukraine when I was working in the senior living, there was a couple there that was from the Ukraine, and they were the most awesome people. They were the most awesome couple. I loved them so much, and they loved each other so much. But they were there at that assisted living that I worked at, and I grew to love that couple so much. And they were from the Ukraine. And you know, when I think about the Ukraine now, I think about that couple, and I think about the real people, and not just in Ukraine, the real people in Russia. I have been watching a lot of instructors the on the neural art. And a lot of those instructors, because the neural art was put together over there in Russia, there's a lot of ladies or instructors from Russia that are teaching this art, this neural art, and good people, sweet, soft spoken, wonderful people. The people are what's suffering in these countries when the politicians or the leaders can't seem to get things straightened out in their little heads, and they drag the people with them. And that's what we need to think about them, pray for them. And that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. Is we're going to I pulled a prayer flag as my reminder prompt, and that's what we're going to do tomorrow in our live stream. But for now, though, I'm going to go and I'll go. I might work on this a little bit more, or maybe I'll just go and sit in my lazy chair with Papa and and yeah, kind of unwind from the day. Always, if there's something that goes on in the day that's different than the other the other days, like today, we did a little grocery shopping, and we had to go do our blood work, and thank goodness for our daughter brings us. She's our little Uber. She takes us where we need to go, and she's so sweet to do that for us. So, but okay, so I'm gonna let you go for now, and do some stitching. You don't have to do it right, because there's no. I mean, you do have to do it right because there is no wrong, and so just putting a piece of thread in a needle. That's the hardest part, is getting that thread through the eye of the needle. That's the hardest part. But other than that, just sew something to your t-shirt. It doesn't matter. Sew something. Just stitch. Okay. I ask God to watch over you every step you take, every move you make, bring you back to the next video safe and sound, happy and healthy, humble, well fed. We always got to go with that well fed. Don't eat too much junk food, though. That's not good. I'm learning that the hard way. But, and so, yeah, I am just really trying to do this eating thing right. But anyway, I ask God to watch over you every step you take, every move you make. I already said that, but it doesn't hurt to say it twice. And I'll see you at the next video. God bless. God bless.